Daniel is speaking about what is about to happen in Hanukkah. When did Hanukkah take place? Old Testament, New Testament? Who says old? Lift up your hands. Who says new? Who says neither? In between. You're half and half. The in-betweens are right. Usually they're not right. Usually you have to be hot or cold. But in this way you're right. Hanukkah did not take place in the Old Testament or the New Testament. It took place in the middle. Therefore, there's nothing in the Bible about it except in the Apocrypha, in the writings of the Maccabees, which is historical. And that's what I'm going to show you something from there. But the New Testament, the only place where Hanukkah is celebrated is in the New Testament. Tell your friends that. The only place, tell your Jewish friends, only place Hanukkah is celebrated is in the New Testament, in John 10. The only place where Hanukkah is prophesied of in the Old Testament, Daniel. In the book of Daniel, it speaks about Hanukkah, what's going to happen. And the guy who comes to Jerusalem and he desecrates the temple. But Daniel also speaks about the end times and the Antichrist. So therefore, it's very clear that what happened in Hanukkah is a foreshadow of what's going to happen in the end times. What happens, there is a foreshadow of everything. There's a foreshadow of the Antichrist in the story of Hanukkah. Daniel prophesies both, and sometimes it's hard to tell which he's talking about. Hanukkah holds the mystery. It has the keys to the end times. So since we are in the end times, it is good to know what this holiday, because it has very much to do with us. I'm going to read from the account, and it's historical here, even though it's not part of the Bible. It's not scripture, but it's historical. It's the only thing that, and that's what Jesus was there in Jerusalem, celebrating what happened here, so that you can see this, and we're going to see what is revealed about the end times from Hanukkah. This is from 1 Maccabees, and this is the 10th verse. There sprang from these kings a sinful offshoot. His name was Antiochus Epiphanes. He became king in the year 137 of the kingdom of the Greeks. Antiochus Epiphanes. He rises up after Alexander the Great, and he is a shadow of the one who is going to come in the world. Even it sounds similar. Antiochus, Antichrist, even though it's just an accident. Antiochus was not Jewish. You know, they say, who's the Antichrist going to be? And there's some say, well, he'll be Jewish because of a number of reasons, because the tribe of Dan is not mentioned and all these things, and because it says the God of his fathers, sort of. But most likely, it's very doubtful that he be Jewish. He's making a covenant with the Jewish people, and he is represented as a horn that comes out, which is out of a beast, which is always a symbol of the kingdom, an ungodly pagan kingdom. In the book of Revelation, he is the horn. Daniel 7, it said he is a horn came out and spoke arrogant things. Well, Antiochus is a symbol of him, a foreshadow. He was a leader of a pagan empire, and he came against Israel.